In all my years of playing World of Warcraft, I've never got round to rolling a druid, and after showcasing one button builds for every other tank in the expansion, I thought it a good time to make a one button druid tank on Cataclysm Classic, and it's an absolute banger. This build can be used from the early level dungeons all the way through to endgame raiding, and gives you the ability to fight single target bosses, big AoE pulls, and even shapeshifts for some kitty fun, all in one button. In this video, I'll show you the talents, glyphs and stats needed to build this character, and I'll demonstrate how effective this build is, even with zero experience and poor gear. Stay tuned till the end of the video, and I'll show you how to download all the add-ons, scripts and weak auras so that you can try it out for yourself. Here are the talents that you're going to need to roll. There's really no wiggle room for Druid tank in Cataclassic, so as long as your talent tree looks like this, then you're golden. This glyph set will serve you well whilst using bear form, but if you find yourself having lots of cat form uptime, then you can switch out your prime glyphs for bloodletting and rip. This is what our stat priority looks like. As you can see, we focus heavily on stamina and agility when selecting our gear, and then prioritise dodge on all of our reforges. To make this process super easy, I use the add-on Reforge Classic to auto reforge all of my gear. At the Reforge NPC, the add-on will activate, and you just need to click the Presets tab and go for Feral Combat and Bearform Tank. Then hit Calculate, and once it's ready, go ahead and click Show, and then click Reforge, and voila! All your gear is reforged perfectly. Now there's a link to the Reforge Classic add-on in the description. Go ahead and give it a try, and let me know what you think about it in the comments. The heirlooms that I use for levelling were the Stained Shadowcraft items, the Cape of the Black Baron, the Lava Dredger Mace, and 2 Swift Hand of Justice trinkets. I found that I was absolutely blasting with this gear, and never once had to worry about my health or threat. However, while you're levelling, you're going to have to use a different and not so complex macro. The all-in-one macro can't be used until at least level 66, where you would have learnt Lacerate and Pulverize, which are essential for making the macro work. So once you hit level 66, you're ready for the all-in-one one-button macro. The add-on that makes this possible is called GSE Advanced Macro Compiler. It's linked in the description below, or you can search for it yourself in CurseForge. Once you've installed it, just type /GSE in game to open up the GSE options menu. Here you can create, edit, or import macro sequences. To have a look at the structure of this one button macro, just highlight it on the main menu and click edit. Then click tab number 1 and you'll be able to see how every step was created. Now if you're new to GSE, I guarantee that none of this will mean anything to you. So fortunately, you don't need to know how it works to use it. Just get it onto your action bar and spam that button. Alright, let's have a look at combat then. With the Fiora talent, we'll always have 10 rage after shapeshifting. So before combat starts, when we're out of rage, if we hold down shift while spamming the macro, we'll shift into cat form. As soon as we release shift while spamming, we'll change back into bear with enough rage for a charge. To enter combat with a charge, I use this macro. The macro includes a script that disables all the annoying red error text from the screen, and to get rid of error speech, then just deactivate it in the audio options. Straight after the charge, cast Demoralizing Roar and then start spamming the one button macro. I use this macro for my demo roar, which also casts Enrage, and I also use a weak aura to alert me if my roar is not active on the target. Soon, Fairy Fire, Mangle and stacks of Lacerate will be applied to your target, and then Pulverize will be used to consume those stacks for big damage and a nice crit chance buff. To track target debuffs, I use the Plate and Nameplates add-on, and there's a link to this in the description. If you end up high on rage, then a weak aura is displayed to prompt you to self-cast Maul to purge some of your resources. In AoE situations, we continue to spam the macro while holding down the Alt key. This will introduce Swipe and Thrash into the rotation and make handling multiple mobs a breeze. By holding shift while spamming the macro, we will change into cat form. What's really cool about this function is that during combat, we will build up combo points using Rake and then automatically spend them on Savage Roar. This will give us a nice boost to our auto attack damage that will still be active when we swap back to bear form, and there's a weak aura to track its duration. My I win macro looks like this, and my oh shit macro looks like this. The only downside to using this macro is the constant spamming of one button. Fortunately, there's a bit of kit that I use to overcome this problem, and I highly recommend that you look into it. It's called the Razer Tartarus V2, and it's one of the best peripherals on the market for WoW gamers. What I do is buy my one button macro to the scroll wheel down, and I can effortlessly spam the macro at a high click rate without any problems at all. You can click the link at the top of the screen if you want to get your own, and there's also a link in the description and a link to a review I did recently that's worth a watch. If you like what you see and you want to try the macros and weak auras out for yourself, then all you need to do is join my Discord, and there's an invite link in the description. Once you're in, just go to the Druid category and look in the Bear Tank channel. There's also lots of one button builds for other classes and specs, so go ahead and try them out. Now every macro will have a large macro string box at the top, and you can click here to copy the lot. There's also a detailed description below this box, so you can find out what you're looking for. Once you've copied it, just type /GSE in game to open up the menu, and then click import here. Paste the string into the box, and then click import here. The macro will then show up in the main menu. Then all you have to do is click create icon, and then drag that icon onto your keybind, and you're good to go. At this point, I'd like to thank my Discord friend Shiro for helping me out testing this build. If you'd like to get more involved with the macros just like Shiro and be a part of a cool community, then hit that link in the description. Remember to smash the like button, and please make sure to subscribe, as this means the world to me and it really helps the channel. Also, it's super important to comment below with any feedback, positive or negative, that you may have about the macro, as this gives me the chance to tweak and improve, and all macro edits are uploaded on Discord. Finally, check out here and here for even more one button builds, and that's all for now, so enjoy your time in Azeroth, and I'll see you in the next one.